If I had the chance to meet Elmo Cookie Monster, I'd be the biggest fanboy on the planet. Casey Musgraves was staring at him as if he killed her dog or something. Greetings, programs. HBO Max launched this week. So while HBO Max's day one catalog is a bunch of stuff we already know, HBO, stuff from Warner Brothers, Crunchyroll, Studio Ghibli, there is a handful of day one original content that launched the platform as well. I watched them, and I'm going to tell you what I think of them. Let's dive in. So let's start with the new Looney Tunes shorts. Very much how Disney rebooted the Mickey Minnie cartoon shorts a few years back, Warner Bros. Is now doing the same with Looney Tunes. The first 10 shorts are available now on HBO Max, and I read that Warner Bros. Has ordered an additional 60 or so to be added onto the platform at a later date. And as much as you can probably tell that I love Disney, Looney Tunes was always my jam. I love Looney Tunes so much. I love the insanity of it all, and I love that Bugs Bunny was always the ringleader, and just the group of characters that Looney Tunes consists of has just been hands down my favorite. I'm happy to say that the spirit of Looney Tunes lives on in these shorts. These shorts are nothing short of fantastic. Not only do they capture the spirit, but they also capture the friendships and the pop culture timeliness that the cartoon shorts were known for. My favorite duo has always been Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, and it feels like in these new shorts, their friendship has never missed a beat, and like the characters just feel very true to form. I also love the shorts have found a nice niche in its comedy where it's still timely, but it's also not trying to reach or grab a new audience. It's very easy to have Porky Pig attempt to floss or something to attempt to grab a new audience, and I'm so glad that the shorts, large in part, stay away from trying to do that. The voice work, for the most part, is pretty much spot on. You know, it's not Mel Blanc, but who can ever match him? I think a large part that kind of helps with that is that the character designs kind of went back to the old Tex Avery Looney Tunes that we saw in the early 1940s and 1950s. And they have like that classic look to them. These shorts are just so much fun. They're only 12 minutes in length. They feature 2 segments in each, and they interchange the characters a lot, where you'll have one 12-minute section where you have Elmer Fudd, Sylvester, and Tweety Bird, while another one might have Marvin the Martian and Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. You have so much variety that it's not just the Bugs Bunny show. So definitely please check these out. Do not sleep on these. These new Looney Tunes shorts are awesome. So let's jump into Love Life. What can I say about my love life? No, not my love life. It's a show about 30-somethings girl who's struggling with relationships, starring Anna Kendrick. And I like Anna Kendrick. I like her a lot. I just don't like the fact that she has found this niche where she's playing a variation of the same character in almost everything that she does. What bugs me about Love Life is that it feels like it's trying to be the social media version of Sex and the City. And as much as I loathe Sarah Jessica Parker's Carrie Bradshaw, at least Carrie had personality. Anna Kendrick's Darby feels like a blank slate of a character. And in the 3 episodes that have been released so far, what I've learned about this character is just what's on screen. There isn't any sort of nuance to her whatsoever. The show almost feels like an anthology where we see in each episode Darby's dating a different guy, and we see the times and struggles of just dating in general with each different personality. The guys that she's dating are usually way more interesting than Darby is, and although I do see some minor growth in her character in each episode, although it's very relatable, her naivete is very unlikable. I almost gave up at the end of episode 2, and then again at the end of episode 3, I almost gave up again. But the show gives you just enough of a nugget to keep you interested in the journey, and not so much Darby. I can already see this show being like the female version of How I Met Your Mother. Which one of these failed guys is going to come back into her life at some point and be the one? I'm going to stick with Love Life for now. I have my doubts I'm actually going to finish it, but the journey has me interested, and if it feels like it's getting repetitive and stale, I'll probably just tune out at that point. Finally, we have Elmo's Not Too Late talk show. This might be the most adorable thing I've seen on any streaming platform so far. You have Elmo as the host, you have Cookie Monster as the MC, you have a house band. Bert and Ernie are on the controls in the back of the house. The adorable and cuteness factor of this show is like cranked up to 20. So basically the premise is we have Elmo interviewing a real life celebrity guest. There is a game that's involved at some point in the middle, and then at the end, there's a musical number by another celebrity guest star as well. It's cute, it's adorable, I just don't know who this is made for. There isn't any real lessons for kids to learn, and while the interviews are fine, they just feel overly scripted and produced. It's only when the celebrities are actually riffing with Elmo that you see the potential of this show unlocked, but that's such a rare occurrence. A lot of it comes from scripted moments, but a lot of it just comes from the celebrities not being prepped enough before taping the show that they have to talk to Elmo as if they're talking to a real person and not a puppet. Jimmy Fallon and John Mulaney were naturals. They had organic conversations with Elmo. Everything just felt very authentic. While you have Casey Musgraves, who looked like a deer in the headlights the entire time. It was the most awkward thing. She's talking to Elmo, just kind of staring at him. And at one point, there's a scripted moment where she has to hand him a friendship bracelet, and she keeps trying to hand him the friendship bracelet, not realizing that this is a puppet and he doesn't have fingers to grab it and put it on his wrist. So it just looks awkward. She keeps trying to do this to the puppet. There's this awkward cut where she does this and then they cut away and it's now magically on his arm. And it just felt so strange and just not fun and awkward. This definitely isn't a show for adults, especially when you have Lil Nas X singing Rubber Ducky. But I don't see how this show replaces Sesame Street or even complements Sesame Street when there's little to no learning going on as well. It's a concept in search of a purpose. And with Sesame Street already on HBO Max, just watch that instead. Skip this. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on some of the original content that dropped on HBO Max this week. If you've seen some of it, let me know what you thought down below. What's your favorite Looney Tunes character? What Sesame Street character would you like to be interviewed by? Let me know as well. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing as well. Until then, thanks so much. End of line.